Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol NVCN. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these red and green line annotations are coming from. And more progress today on the bull's part, so definitely some updates here need to be made. First thing I'm going to do is a little house cleaning and go ahead and get rid of a couple of these lines. Sure, these lines still pertain to the chart, but as far as just wanting to keep this as clean as possible and not risk causing confusion because there's lines everywhere you look, I just want to try to keep this, like I said, as straightforward as possible. Now, the first update comes about based on a foundational rule in charting which states when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. And so far, so good. For those of you that did watch yesterday's video, I talked about 0.038 as a level of resistance, but now that the price did get up above it, you can see it is now doing a great job of acting as support, including later on in the day right there. Now, this would definitely be the ideal level of support, meaning if you say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute best? Yeah, if the price can stay above 0.038, that would be a great sign of power. However, if the price does break below it, I'm not saying the entire chart's ruined or anything like that, because there are other levels of support. But namely, from the big picture point of view, it's all about the purple line right here. The 50-period simple moving average, as the name implies, that line is going to move itself higher and higher over time. So while sure, 0.038, if the price can stay above there, that would be great. From the grand scope of it all, as long as the price stays above that purple line, as that line itself moves higher and higher, then the bulls are still technically in control of the overall trend. Now, what about levels of resistance? After today's price movement, pretty straightforward where the sellers are now hanging out at, and that's right up there at 0.04. So 0.043 is going to be that first key level to keep an eye on. You can see, like I said, a couple of times, both during the morning session and then during the late afternoon, the bulls try to get above there a couple of instances and just couldn't quite do it. But at the end of the day, you know, resistance levels really don't matter, because as long as the price is doing this, what do I mean? Well, as long as the price is building higher bases, if you picture these as stair steps, then the overall chart will continue to take care of itself. So nice move today, good progress. We'll see how the things play out tomorrow and see how the week closes out. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.